Hello YouTubers, my name is Axe Factor and I'm slowly and finally getting situated into our new house after a couple days in hot, nasty, sticky, humid weather of moving, including an ISP meltdown on day one, and I'm on back rage prevention duty right now. This is the thing that can be in the nail in the coffin for the attacker team on Lumpini Garden Rush, the first set of MCOMs, because there's 4 lanes. One directly underneath me, one to my right, one on the BMCOM in between those 2 buildings that we're looking at, and a nasty one that's on the far side of B. So essentially there's 4 lanes. If you don't fill them, your team's going to have a bad day. If you don't have the manpower to fill it and fight through them, make sure you play super defensively and at least defend it. Let them come to you. Let them expose themselves. Don't worry about peeking. Just stop them from getting around, because once they get into those nooks and crannies and through the buildings, basically, it's back rage machine. Point Generator 2014. I can't tell you how many times I breached that from the defending side while playing this and gotten 5, 6, 7 bangers extremely quickly, because the teams kind of group up until they get to this point. And at any point in time, you can blow through one of those lanes. So if you start to stalemate on that as a defender, try to blow up that far lane or middle lane and just start back raging. Hopefully you get a couple squad mates that spawn on you, and you will be amazed how quickly you can mop up the team. And every time you get one of those squad wipe ribbons and that group of guys doesn't have a beacon down, they have to start over from spawn. And there's no guarantee that you'll get that ground back that they once had. So that's why it's important to prevent that from happening. And more importantly, when you're defending, try to make that happen as many times as possible. As I'm trying to figure out if I can knife this, can I shoot through this? Can this guy C4 this? The answer is no, you cannot C4 that. The fence, too strong. Absolute best top-line security fence money can buy. That was a 3 or 4 bagger, resulting in the suicide, and I'm kind of chuckling in the mic because this is one of my rounds during the live stream event. So at this moment of me uploading this video and recording this is the first time I've sat down in a couple days, because we finally got the man cave set up with the recording and of course the streaming PC. There's a lot of hardware and there's a spaghetti monster behind this stuff, which makes it all work, because without the spaghetti monster, which is sets of HDMI cables from the capture card to the streaming PC and all these different audio cables into my mix amp, there are literally 4 sets of audio cables in and out of this mix amp. This stuff does not work. So it took me a while to get to that, but before we got to this point, we had the ISP company come out. Brand new ISP. I'm excited. I'm in what's called the tech-savvy part of town, a nice part of town where the internet's supposed to be quote-unquote A+++. So a nice cable guy comes out, he sets up everything, and then I start to plug in my computers. Got one computer up, then all of a sudden the internet shits out. But my cable went out too, as in my cable TV. No TV channels. I'm like, uh-oh, this is bad. Call the company. They try to troubleshoot some stuff. They can't see my modems. They can't see my computers. They can't see anything. So I have to wait 24 hours for them to come back out. They come back out. They did a new installation from the ground up, pulling it from the box which runs through the neighborhood, which happens to be in my backyard conveniently. So I've got a beautiful connection. A $4 splitter, brand new out of the box, was bad. And the guy's just laughing the whole way because it's hot as balls out. The guy's got an ultimate case of swamp ass going on. I give him a glass of water. I say, hey, you want a beer? You want something else? Because he's outside checking every single connection in-house and outside, and finally figures out it's his $4 splitter. And he has a nice laugh. So I tell him to, why don't you tweak my new PC? Because he commented on how nice the air conditioning felt because he's working outside. So I said, hey, you know what, why don't you have another glass of water and tweak my new TV, because obviously there's an interaction with the cable box. He said, you know what, thanks for letting me loaf around for 20 minutes. This felt great. Because he also said the AC in his van really didn't work all that well either. So we're on to probably the hardest set of MCOMs, and that's why I kind of featured this one the most. This is the final set, and this could be a nightmare. Even when you do the horseshoe attack, when you got guys are on the left push up, guys are on the right pushed up, and guys in the mid kind of holding back, preventing people from getting through, it's a nightmare. There's elevation everywhere. There's snipers everywhere. And, of course, they get those spawn beacons up there. It's going to be very hard for us to get those down because, obviously, the elevation change is just nasty. As I'm trying to health up before I try to make a break for the right side, because we don't have a lot of coverage up there. And these stairs are just nade and crossfire central. So the man cave is slowly getting set up. Over the course of the next 2 months, I'm going to have the ultimate streaming an office lounge set up as I collect a couple kills, and decide not to finish that one because he had a better look on me. And oh, come to find out, I guess I did finish that one. So it's important not to overextend your look is what I'm saying. If you can't win that gunfight and you think you're late to the party, get out of that gunfight. The tick rate is slowly increasing this game, allowing you to start to feel the damage a lot like you did in Battlefield 3. Not, oh crap, I'm dead. You can slowly start to feel it, especially at the longer distances where the guns have deviation and simply aren't as accurate, or have the rate of fire, which really comes into effect up close and point-blank range is kind of where I was at before. As I try to lob just a couple nades, I see the guys in the mini-map, but of course they're elevated state. So just trying to soften them up with no luck before I take another stab. So gonna get the man cave built out over the next couple of months. It requires us to do some electrical work, some lighting work, and of course some drywall work, which will be really nasty. But the plan is to have a multiple webcam set up for the streaming stuff, which I've kind of promised the subscribers for a long time on my streaming channel over on Twitch TV. So it's something I'm really, really looking forward to, but it's going to take a little work. And then when you get into a new house, you're going to find things that aren't perfect, which we've already done. And we realize that we simply thought we had enough furniture, but this is a much, much bigger house, so we actually spent all day at the furniture place getting another sectional. So now we'll have 2 sectionals and a full set of leather furniture. And then we got some other stuff for some of the bedrooms to fill them upstairs. So it's been a long 3 days. It feels good just to sit down in the perfect temperature in my man cave right now, relaxing in a perfectly quiet environment. Looking forward to getting back into that kind of playing late at night, recording and live stream a couple days a week. I apologize for there not being any content up over the last couple days, but I didn't plan for the move to be this painful, this chaotic, and of course the ISP melting down, saying, no, we don't care you're new. Here's our welcoming package where the $4 splitter absolutely blows up. So we've finally gotten up to this upper platform, and once you get up here, it is gold. This is where I'd really like an MG4. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Lumpini Garden rush footage. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave those down below. And look for us to get back into the groove of things over the next couple of days, including shaking off all the rust I'm going to have from not playing for 3 or 4 days. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you soon.